Have you ever been stuck in a loop of overthinking? You know, those moments where your brain just won't shut off and you're replaying the same thoughts over and over? Yeah, me too. In fact, did you know that 73% of people say they overthink regularly? That's a lot of mental energy wasted on what-ifs and should-haves. But here's the good news. Stopping overthinking is way simpler than you think. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Before we get into the steps, let me ask you this. Why do we overthink in the first place? Is it because we're just naturally wired to worry? Or is it because we think overthinking will somehow protect us from making mistakes? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. In fact, overthinking usually just leaves us feeling stuck, stressed, and exhausted. But the truth is, overthinking is a habit, and habits can be broken. So if you're ready to silence those negative thoughts and take back control of your mind, stick around. I'm going to break this down into 5 simple steps that you can start using today. No complicated theories, just practical tips. Actionable strategies that work. Sounds good? Let's go! Step 1. Recognize and label your thoughts. Here's the thing. Overthinking thrives in the shadows. The more you let those thoughts run wild without questioning them, the more power they have over you. So, the first step is to shine a light on them. Think of it like this. Imagine your mind is a busy airport and your thoughts are planes coming in for landing. Some planes are important, they're carrying valuable cargo. But others? They're just noise. Your job is to be the air traffic controller. When a thought pops up, ask yourself, is this helpful? Or is this just mental clutter? For example, if you catch yourself thinking, what if I mess up that presentation? Label it, that's just my overthinking talking. By naming it, you take away its power. It's like saying, I see you, but you don't control me. Quick challenge. For the next 24 hours, try labeling your thoughts. Every time you catch yourself overthinking, say, out loud or in your head, that's just overthinking. Trust me, it's a game changer. Step 2. Use grounding techniques to stay present. Overthinking usually happens when we're stuck in the past. Why did I say that? Or worrying about the future. What if this goes wrong? But the truth is, the only moment you can control is right now. One of my favorite grounding techniques is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. Here's how it works. 5. Name 5 things you can see. 4. Name 4 things you can touch. 3. Name 3 things you can hear. 2. Name 2 things you can smell. 1. Name 1 thing you can taste. This simple exercise pulls you back into the present moment and interrupts the cycle of overthinking. It's like hitting the reset button on your brain. Pro tip. You can use this anytime, anywhere, whether you're stuck in traffic, lying in bed at 2 a.m., or sitting in a meeting. It's a quick win that works every time. Step 3. Challenge negative thoughts with evidence. Overthinking often comes with a side of negativity. We assume the worst, catastrophize, and convince ourselves that everything is going to go wrong. But here's the truth. Most of those thoughts aren't based on facts, they're based on fear. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, I'm going to fail, ask yourself, what's the evidence for that? Have you failed before? Or are you just assuming the worst? For example, if you're worried about a job interview, instead of thinking, I'm going to mess this up, ask yourself, what evidence do I have that I'll do well? Maybe you've prepared. Maybe you've done well in interviews before, or maybe you're just a quick learner. By focusing on the evidence, you shift from fear to logic, and that's the secret sauce. Step 4. Create a worry time to contain overthinking. Overthinking doesn't just happen, it spreads. 1 minute you're worrying about work, the next minute you're stressing about your relationships, your health, and whether or not you left the stove on. But what if I told you that you could contain your overthinking to just 10 minutes a day? That's where worry time comes in. Here's how it works. Set aside 10 minutes each day. I like to do mine at 5 p.m. During that time, let yourself worry as much as you want. Write down your thoughts, analyze them, and really lean into the anxiety. When the timer goes off, you're done. If a worry pops up later, just say, I'll save that for worry time. This technique works because it gives your brain a designated space to overthink, so it doesn't take over the rest of your day. It's like putting your worries in a box and saying, you can come out at 5 p.m. high, but not before. Step 5. Practice self-compassion and focus on progress. Overthinking often comes from a place of perfectionism. We think, if I just analyze this enough, I'll get it right. But the reality is, life isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress. So the next time you catch yourself overthinking, ask yourself, what would I say to a friend in this situation? Would you tell them to beat themselves up? Or would you say, hey, you're doing your best and that's enough? Self-compassion is like a mental reset button. It reminds you that it's okay to be human, to make mistakes, and to not have all the answers. Progress, not perfection. That's the mantra. And when you focus on progress instead of perfection, you free yourself from the cycle of overthinking. So to recap: 1. Recognize and label your thoughts. 2. Use grounding techniques to stay present. 3. Challenge negative thoughts with evidence. 4. Create a worry time to contain overthinking. 5. Practice self-compassion and focus on progress. These steps aren't just easy, they're doable, and that's what matters. Because the goal isn't to overwhelm you, it's to give you tools that actually fit into your life. Your move. Pick one of these steps and give it a try today. Drop a comment below to let me know how it goes. I'm rooting for you. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more tips. Until next time, keep crushing it.